Let's say good morning to one all. I will do a video of St. Mary's Church, which is in Bridgetown. First of all, this is the city of Bridgetown Cooperative Credit Union over here. And this is the Chefette restaurant over here. Chefette restaurant and the Lower Broad Street taxi stand here. So this is Lower Broad Street. Go back up to Lower Broad Street here in Bridgetown. So I'm in Bridgetown once again. This is the country's capital. Bridgetown is Barbados' capital.
Yeah?
Yeah. You can see the courts of players and furniture store over here. The court of players and furniture store over here. And this is the gardens here where the old bus stand was. So this is Jubilee Gardens here, and the courts of plant store over here. Jubilee Gardens. The old Lower Green bus stand used to be here. The bus stand was here for many years until it vacated this spot on the 20th of May 2003. So St. Mary's Church is over here now. So the Jubilee Gardens, here where the vendors fly their train now on a daily basis. This is the bus stand for many years until May 20th, 2003. The old town hall building here. Going into this church now, which is another UNESCO World Heritage Site here in Barbados. Yeah, Asriel, you good? Yeah, you good. I see, I read it out there. Yeah. And the store in town, that sell the phones. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So this is the churchyard here. St. Mary is the UNESCO World Heritage Site. St. Mary's Anglican Church, almost the size of the Cathedral Church of St. Michael and All Angels. This is a similar church to the Cathedral of St. Michael and All Angels. In this church, you will come across the grave of the Prime Minister of Barbados, her grandfather, Ernest Dayton Motley, and her grandmother, Ruby Motley, laid to rest here. Ernest Dayton Motley was born the 11th of May 1907 and died the 27th of April 1973, known as the City Father, Member of Parliament for the city of Bridgetown from 1959 until its abolition in 1967. 6 times mayor of the city of Bridgetown. So this is Mia Motley's grandfather and grandmother, all laid to rest here in St. Mary's Churchyard. And the grave of Ruby Motley, Mia's grandmother, who died 2 years after her husband. So this is St. Mary's Church here, Anglican Episcopal. So St. Mary's has a lot of historic graves in it too. A lot of prominent Barbadians who made a contribution to the country. This is the Barclay family tomb here. People still get buried here, unlike the cathedral, which is only open to certain people because it is full. The grave of the Barclay family, Catherine Husbands Barclay, daughter of George W. Barclay, and Francis, his wife, who departed this life on the 15th of April, 1852, at the age 11 years and 7 months. So the Motley's grave. I was coming looking at the grave, looking for the grave of Errol Barrow's wife, Caroline Barrow. Ina Blanche Holden Nee Davis. Very good. So we're going back to our sports plant store. So we'll be Motley's grandmother and grandfather. He was the senior member for the city of Bridgetown in Parliament from 1946 to 1971 and leader of the opposition from 1961 to 1966. That would be before we gained independence. Another one of our national heroes are laid to rest here at St. Mary's. That would be Samuel Jackman Prescott. This is the Kennedy grave here. The grave of Samuel Jackman Prescott, who is a national hero. Sacred to the memory of Samuel Jackman Prescott, who died at his residence in Belfield on the 26th of September, Anno Domini 1871, in the midst of his bereaved family at the age of 65. I will seek unto God, and unto God will I commit my cause. Job 5 verse 8. He died a judge of the Assistant Court of Appeal, where he administered enhanced justice without reference to class or condition. So this is Samuel Jackman Prescott's grave. The old town hall building is just across from St. Mary's Church. The old town hall building here, just across from the church. Morning. So I'm going to St. Mary's Church. St. Mary's Anglican Church here in Bridgetown. You can see the lovely pipe organ upstairs in the Western Gallery. this is inside the church. The organ pipes upstairs. And this is the lovely baptismal font here. It says this organ is dedicated to the glory of Almighty God in memory of Fitz Bentley Calendar, Civil Crown of Merit, who was the organist of St. Mary's Church from 1951, July 1951 to July 1993. It would have been 42 years that he served as organist of this church. This tablet commemorates the 175th anniversary of the consecration of the Church of St. Mary from the 25th of July 1827 to 2002. I'm inside the beautiful St. Mary's Church. This is known as the Mecca of music in Barbados. Inside the church, the pipes for the organ is upstairs. Morning. You can see the choir stalls here where the choir sits. The pulpit here. And the statue of Jesus on the cross. And the Virgin Mary. And Mary Magdalene. This is the lovely organ console here. On the list of the organists who served the church over the years. The one on the top is Bentley Calendar. And then John Burnett, who served after him. Then John Victor Pilgrim. And now Akani Drakes. So this is the lovely Rogers organ here that replaced the old pipe organ in memory of Bentley Calendar. The pipe organ used to be up in here, where these pipes are now. The old organ used to be here, when Bentley Calendar was the organist here. So this is the new Rogers electronic organ. The altar. So this is St. Mary's Church here in Bridgetown. Once again, have a blessed morning and thanks for watching. Behind here is some more graves. Behind here are some more graves. Behind here are leading you back to Mason Hall Street and Sutton Street. Some more graves. Thank you guys for watching. I do have a blessed morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is. Before I close, this is the grave of Canon Hatch, who would have been the father of the Reverend Alfred John Hatch, who would have been the father of Canon Andrew Hatch. Canon Andrew Hatch was also a priest here from 1963 to 1972. Alfred John Hatch was his father. Thank you guys for watching now. Have a blessed day.